What's up everybody? Chill Sisters here, back at it again for you guys for yet another pickup video for the channel. And it's been quite a while. I've had some ups and some downs going on in my personal life. As you see, I'm still wearing my my band from the emergency room. I've been having some personal and health issues, but yeah, one of which actually was I had to completely move my game room and completely revamp it. In short, basically, the way my house is set up, I had to completely change everything around and move the office from the office space to the game room, from the game room to the office space, and then clean out room in the garage for all the excess overflow. And it was just not comfortable. And I'm very OCD, so whenever you know, there's just a lot of projects that are getting behind, I just really can't focus. That's one of the things. But happy to be back. Happy to be back joining with you guys. But yeah, this is a pickups video. Let's go ahead and jump into that and get started. So one of the games that I picked up here recently was actually from the Nintendo Switch. A lot of great games are on the Switch, and this is one of the hidden gems that I just don't see very many people talking about. This is the Sega Genesis Collection. It's got over 50 game titles in it, and the way that it's set up is actually pretty cool because you can actually like navigate through somebody else's game room, look through the audio files of each game. You can go to the game shelf and just pick out of the library, and it literally shows the game being brought over and put into the console and then turned on, and then you can back out and look around the game room for additional and extra features. Very cool game. For the value, I got this at a discount store. I think I picked it up for around 20 bucks, but over 50 game titles for, you know, 20 bucks, you can't beat it. So glad to add that one to my collection. I really want to beef up my Nintendo Switch collection because it's very scarce. And like I said, a lot of great games are on that console, so I really just want to start investing in it. So jealous of a good friend of mine, Derek. Shout out to Derek. But he has just hundreds of Switch games, and on his shelf it looks fantastic. Whenever you see all of these Switch titles actually on a shelf, put up for display. So jealous of that. Maybe we'll get there one day. But next title I picked up was Star Wars The Force Unleashed for the Nintendo DS. Another platform that I've been trying to beef up my collection on. Secondly, I got New Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo DS as well. Funny story about actually these two games and one more. I'll get to that one in a minute, but I went to a discounted thrift shop and brought her a stack of games. And she opened up the case of the first one. They're supposed to have tape on it. The tape was missing. So she opens up the case of the first one and she sees a different game than what the case displays. And then secondly, they went into the next game and it was a different game than what the case displayed. And she just went on a rant about how they have a really big theft problem. And she apologized, very apologetic. But she said, you know, because these are Nintendo titles, you know, and I want to collect as many of them as I can find them loose for a few bucks, and these were only labeled for a couple dollars a piece, which is a super good deal, especially for this one. But I said, well, if the games are different than the ones that are in there, I might be still interested in the cases. What could you do on the cases? And she said, you know what, just take them. I don't want them no more. You can if you want them, you can have them. So I got away with these two games and quite a few others, and I'll go through those as I find those for you guys. So good score, got those. You can't be free, right? I mean, super nice lady. Shout out to her. And this one actually was kind of leery. This was actually yesterday. I found a local seller posted online that she had a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild expansion pass for the first and second releases, and normally I wouldn't jump on something like this but it retails for 20 bucks. I threw out 5 because she said or best offer. I threw out 5, and I'm taking a risk at that because I don't know if it's been redeemed and somebody's just trying to sell this. But I took a risk on it. She said, came back at me with 12. I said, how about we meet in the middle and do 10? And she said that's fine. So I met up with her yesterday and picked this up and redeemed it last night. So I'm working my way through Breath of the Wild expansion pass, and holy cow, this, if you've done this, you know the frustration is super difficult. I don't know much about it. I already got 120 shrines. I've already got all of the guardians, all of that. I've done everything in the game there is to do except for the Korok seeds, of course. But the first trial I was in, you have to take this unique weapon and go clear out the monsters in each location. But the weapon takes all of your heart containers away except for a third of one, and it deals 1 hit kills, but it also has to recharge. But in terms, you also take 1 hit and you're dead. So that's just the first trial that I jumped on into the expansion pass. Super difficult. So I'm excited because Zeldas in general are not known for being extremely difficult unless you get into like the Majora's Mask, and then it's just kind of like a brain trip. But overall, I'm really excited that they brought the challenge to this one, because that one actually, the first trial, is really getting me right now. Moving right along, found this at a thrift shop. $2, can't beat it. Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius Attack of the Twinkies. I actually played quite a bit of this, and I was actually really entertained. I found it complete. It's like brand new, super solid case, got the manual, everything. But you know me, if you're a fan of the channel or you've seen any of my other content, I love platforming games. Because if you're playing a stressful horror game or linear RPG, it's nice to just be able to jump into something like this and just really enjoy yourself and just explore and have fun with it. So yeah, great game. I'm happy to have that one into the collection as well. And man, if you're, you grew up through the 90s or in that era, or were introduced to it and you're a fan of it, but this is original Xbox Celebrity Deathmatch. Just hilarious. Like, the show was, man, watching, Marilyn Manson beat up Paris Hilton in the most obscene way is just, you can't beat that. You can't get that anywhere else. It's hilarious. So the game is actually not too far from the I don't know if you call it animated. We'll just settle with animated. So it's not too far off from the animated. The controls are kind of clunky, but I got this for $3. Why not? It's hilarious, fun, multiplayer action, 1 to 2 players. But yeah, threw that one in the collection as well. Next up, another $3 title, and I'm glad I found this one because at all my other local retail stores, this one's going, over $10. It's going around, anywhere between $12 and $15. But for original Xbox, again, Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, yet another platform game for the collection, and super fun. I love Scooby-Doo. I grew up through that. But the game is not too far off from the cartoon. Encounter 20 classic Scooby-Doo villains, all your favorite Scooby-Doo voices, including special guest stars. Where is everyone? Explore and find the other characters. 12 huge levels based on the classic Scooby-Doo cartoons, just made by THQ. And yeah, just happen to have that one in there for $3. I really wanted to pick this one up for the retail stores, but just man, I'm cheap. I'm in this for the long haul. I like to collect, so if I can hold off and get it for cheaper somewhere else, I'm definitely going to do that. Another platformer for the original Xbox added to the collection, Ed, Netty Misadventures. This one very similarly, this one did go for $15. This one I found in the same lot as the Scooby-Doo, but just really fun 90s Cartoon Network video game made by Midway. But collect objects in high places with the iconic cartoon characters. Stay out of sight, so it's got like a stealth element added to the game. But yeah, just happy to have this one in the collection, and yeah, I can't wait to play this one. I haven't played it yet, so I'm ready to jump into this. And now that I'm actually looking at my stack, a lot of them actually are like nostalgia trips, because the next one I got from a thrift shop for a couple bucks, Toy Story 3 for the Nintendo Wii. This one also came out for the Xbox 360 and I believe the PlayStation as well. But one of the things that I definitely enjoyed about this one was you could actually explore Andy's room, I believe, dive into adventures from Toy Story 3 the movie, play your way through, yeah, it was the toy box mode, which I believe that portion you could actually explore through Andy's room and fulfill your my all-time favorite fantasy of being in Toy Story, being able to walk around Andy's room and explore as a toy. But I haven't played this one yet, so really looking forward to diving into this one and having some more fun with that. And this was included with the bundle of one of the games that were free from the local thrift shop. This is the Star Wars, the Complete Saga Lego. So it comes with 3 games in 4, it looks like. I haven't played it yet, but you know, all of the Lego games thus far have been a pretty solid platform. I love the new Star Wars that they made for the Xbox One. The Lego Star Wars, it looks gorgeous. But yeah, I'm gonna be jumping in this one here before too long and checking that one out. This one's kind of different. So whenever I was growing up, I don't know if some of you may be familiar with it, but there was a specific game magazine that always used to come with a half-slip game demo disc that, you know, displayed the products. Came with, you know, 7 to 10 playable demos. It had concept art, just fantastic content that you could get for like 10 bucks. It come with a magazine and the game disc demo, but it wasn't, like I said, just a demo. It had the art of the games. It went in depth with the trailers and all of this content. This was before you could just hop on your phone and just Google everything. It's very difficult in today's gaming society to not, you know, dive into that rabbit hole in a manner of speaking. But back then you would have to go to your local game store or your Harps or Walmart and go to the magazine aisle, pick this up and physically go home and then reveal the information. And I think there's a sense of purity in that, where everybody's quick to search for, you know, leaks or anything like that. I try to stay away from it for the most part, but sometimes I just can't avoid it. It'll come across my news feed, or a buddy of mine will hype me up on something that just came down the turnpike, which is all good and fun. You know, it has its place in the gaming community, but there's something to be said for somebody that's more reserved and you know, invest in these dying out game companies that want to provide physical content, which I absolutely love. Like GameStop having to lay off like half of their Game Informer staff, and I absolutely love the Game Informers. I like having a physical magazine that I can flip through, revealing all the information for the game instead of going online and Googling it and basically finishing the game before I even start it. But anyway, back to the story. This particular game was on one of those demo discs, and I've always had it in the back of my head that I've always wanted to play this game. It's not expensive title or rare or anything. It just kept evading me. But this is Monster Madness Battle for Suburbia for the Xbox 360. This game is I guess you could call it a platform, a platformer. You can explore the town, over 70 unique monsters and enemy, up to 4-player co-op, which is a big deal for this game. A lot of fun to be had on the co-op aspect. Over 20 generic levels with intense boss fights. Defend your turf in classic 16-player online battles. But yeah, I'm going to be definitely playing through this. A lot of unique and appears to be like terrifying monsters in this. But yeah, I'm going to be jumping into this here before too long. Let's burn through the last few here. This was included in the free games. The Avatar the game for the Nintendo Wii. Don't know much about this one, but yet another game added to the collection to try out, to complete, of course. But this one got for free. This one and the next one actually came in the lot for free. And the funny story about that, whenever she went through the games to check and see if they were actually in their cases, they were just mixed up. Like Need for Speed Carbon, which is one of the pickups, and the Monkey King, The Legend Begins, were in each other's case. So Carbon was in Monkey King, and Monkey King was in Carbon. They were just all mixed up, and she just went through two of them. Was like, you know what? I just take them. I'm tired of people coming through and stealing from my booth, so I just take these and make sure to come back, tell your friends, which I definitely will. But yeah, picked up those two. This one actually finished my Gears of War variant collection. Huge fan. If you have not checked them out yet, which I'm going to be jumping on and continuing on with the videos, but Gears of War 5 just came out, so I'm working my way through that. And this is Gears of War triple pack. It comes with Gears of War 2, and Gears of War 2 all front pack, with the DLC content for 2, it looks like, actually. But got this one complete. Found it at a local flea market. At my retail store, it goes for around 22 to 25, even upwards to 30 at some stores. But I found it for I think it was $8. So glad to have that one and finally finish my collection for the Gears franchise. And like I said, stay tuned for more Gears 5 Let's Play. Sorry it's been so long, but right now I'm set up in a good position that I can actually start shoveling out a lot more content for you guys. Thank you again for sticking with me through that. One last game, guys, and then we'll depart from there. This is Diablo for the Xbox 360. I've heard quite a bit from this game. I don't know much about it, but it looks fantastic. And a lot of people, like I said, just rave on this game and hype it up. So I want to see what it's about. Not a lot of people actually give games the credit, which is the ability to pick it up and actually experience it for yourself. rather than going to a quick review and then letting somebody else tell you what they think about the game. Grab it, take it home, pop in your console, grab your controller, sit down, and experience it for yourself. But I'm not, recommending you go out and buy every game that comes your way. And there's definitely a place for doing research, but I looked up a few reviews on some retro games where people completely bash on it, and whenever I actually picked it up for myself and tried it, I had an absolute blast and had a great time with it, and I wouldn't have experienced that if I didn't take their opinion of the game with a grain of salt, in a manner of speaking. But that's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in for yet another pickups video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for further content. But thanks again. I'm glad to be back. Thank you for all of you that stuck around for the week or so that I've been out. But just glad to be back, glad to be healthy, and just to let you guys know all the test results and everything for what was going on, which had something to do with head trauma. All the test results came back in a positive way, but I'll keep you guys in tune for that. And thank you guys for your concern, and make sure yet again that you tune in for the Gears 5 Let's Play coming up. I'm going to be finishing that game here before too long. But yeah, till next time, guys, peace.